It's time for the percolator. Hey, happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. I don't think I like these glasses. Let's find glasses that I like. Hi, loves. How's everybody doing? Give it a second. I'll let them know. I know this is so random. People are going to be like, you didn't tell us you were going live. Well, my whole life has been, let's do these tonight. I like the black. Hey, Pamela. How you doing, girlfriend? How are you doing, my beautiful friend? Got some big stuff coming up this month. So excited. Hi, Candace. How are you, beautiful lady? Hi, Sunshine. If y'all find it in your heart, if you could please, hi, Wanda. If you could please go ahead and share that we're live. We're going for likes tonight. I think that's why I had my temper tantrum. Hey, Heather. How's everybody doing? Hi, friends. Hi, Raven. Good to have everybody. How's everyone doing? Hope y'all are doing well. I've been MIA for a second. I'll talk about that. I know I've got on like my workout top. I probably should have changed, but I didn't feel like it. It is. Thank you for the gifts. Love you for that. Those of you who do donate to the room or do decide to give, we give back. So, got some really exciting stuff. Thank you, Jacqueline. I appreciate you. How are you doing, Jack? So yeah, I'm just going to give it a second. Looks like that's like what we're going to get in the room. I appreciate the prayers. So I'm going to just go really quickly, for those of you who know me, those of you who don't know me, and then we'll just, shoot the shit. That's all I'm here for tonight, is to hang out, answer some questions. It's good to see your face too, Nancy. So those of you who don't know me, my name is Mel. I am your 52-year-old chubby Italian best friend. I always start out by saying that. January 26th, 27th, I don't know exact dates, I kind of had a nervous breakdown. I'm 52 years old, and it didn't matter what I did. I could not lose weight. I could not. My face looked like literally, and it didn't matter what I did. I couldn't get healthy. I was laying in bed. I had no energy. I literally felt like shit. And I remember I woke up the day before and I cried, and I thought to myself, is this it at 52 years old? So hey, you're starting tomorrow. I love that for you. We actually are going to talk about that in a second, about starting and what the next couple months are going to look like and how this is going to progress. This is like, so those of you who don't know, the Chubby Girl Challenge just launched on March 3rd. And I am the founder of that group based upon, I started this journey. Beginning, it was a weight loss journey. And then as I went through it, I realized it's not a weight loss journey. Sorry, my shirt's driving me nuts. It's a lifestyle change. So again, if you're coming in the room, if you tap the screen, I love you forever because I need the hearts, okay? We're going to go. So let me go a little bit into this anyway. So I launched a video. It had 5 million views after I had my nervous breakdown, and I decided to be like, fuck it. I can't keep this from women that are over the age of 40 and in menopause. So I kind of threw the dice, made the video, and all these people were like, me too, me too, me too. I was like, oh shit, there's women out there that are just like me. It's not just me. I really thought it was, thank you for the roses again. I really thought it was a just me thing. And if you're out there hearing this for the first time and you're over the age of 40, again, people keep writing to me saying, can men do this? Men can do this. Thank you, LA. Appreciate you for the roses. The problem is, I don't know how it's going to work in a man's body. I've said this several times. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a nurse. I'm just some average female woman, just like you, from North Carolina. And that's why when I had my little mental breakdown for the last 2 weeks, this shit's real, right? And it doesn't get, I think, more real than this. And I think that's the reason I think often, like, why do people follow me or why do people do this? Because I am fucking real and I am authentic, and I'm not in this to get rich. Again, We've talked about this in lives. Thank you, Pam. Love you. Had I monetized this, I could have charged $1 per person to enter the Chubby Girl Challenge, and we have 9,000 women in there. April, May, not even June. So March to April, April to May, May to June, 90 days. And we've got almost 10,000 women who are over the age of 40 and that are in menopause that are going through the same thing that we are going through. I love the rainbows, Bonnie. I love it. So we decided to launch a room. I decided to launch a room called the Chubby Girl Challenge. There's people in here that have been doing it with me. People that have been doing it better than me. As I see the progress videos, y'all are fucking some superstars, man. Like, you've taken the assignment and knocked it out the park. I, on the other hand, had a little bit of a nervous breakdown in the middle of there. So you're probably asking yourself, so January, I don't know how that works out, but January, hi bestie from Michigan. How are you, Deanna? So January, February, March, April, May. So end of January, February, March, April, May. So in 4 months, thank you for the crown, I've lost 40 pounds. And so people are like, how the hell is that possible? You have to have had surgery. I have not had surgery. And that's the other thing about this group. If you're seeing this for the first time, we do not do judgment. When you hear that saying for Planet Fitness, we are really a judgment-free zone. This is only women are welcome in this group. And that's just because it's a safe space. Thank you, Kelly Jo. Just because for a lot of us, sharing our weight and sharing where we're at physically is not a comfortable thing for us. So this room is on lockdown. It's completely private. It's in the link in my bio, and you are welcome to join. So anyway, fast forward, this turns into a whole thing. So now we've got Chubby Girl Challenge. We have hundreds of women who are doing this since March. Women who are starting, like our friend that's going to start tomorrow. People are starting every single day. And that's the beautiful part about this. This is not a diet. This is a lifestyle change. And I think that's the hardest thing for women to accept about this. I think the biggest amount of pushback I get is, how many carbs do I need to count? How many calories do I need to eat? There's no way you're losing weight without counting calories. The fuck I'm not. Like Wanda, who just said, trust the process. Like Wanda has literally shrunk. So it becomes not about the number. Okay. I think that's what people see me and they're like, oh, 40 pounds. Okay. I was over 300 pounds when I started. Thank you again for the roses, Nancy. So here's the thing. Thank you, Pamela, and all those who are contributing to the live goal. I really, really appreciate. I've never hit my live goal, so that's fun. So thank you for that. Right. So there you go. Rose said, I'm down 35 pounds and haven't counted one carb. That's the point of this. Our whole life, it has been driven in our heads, right? Are we the Gen X or the Gen Z or whoever the fuck we are? It's between the ages that were born in 1965 to 1980. We are a group of women. Thank you, Dragon. Appreciate you, my love. We are the type of women who... Are you serious? Dragon, stop it. Got to shout the dragon out. Dragon, what is your name? I love you. Thank you so much. We're hitting gold tonight, it looks like. Thank you so much. And so... in all of this, it's the mental part of it too. I don't think that when we go and join these weight loss programs or someone goes, hey, here is this is going to be my jelly bean tonight. I always do a jelly bean analogy, but if you buy this piece of candy right here, this is what people tell you. If you come, I will be your best friend. We'll hang out together. I will love you forever. And all you got to do is pay $99 for this caramel. And if you eat this caramel, you'll lose weight. Well, when you eat this caramel, you also have to only eat 1,300 calories a day and you have to starve yourself. And you have to feel miserable. And you have to beat yourself up when you diet. And you have to, but just still pay me $89 a month, right? This is what people tell you. This is the dream that they sell you. I'm not selling you a fucking dream. I'm selling you reality. The reality is, if you have 5 pounds to lose or if you have 150 pounds to lose, The only person that got you here is you. Okay. And if you were thin before and now you're going through menopause and you're like, what the fuck? Menopause is an asshole. Okay. And especially people out there in the industry that know that you want a quick fix. We all want to be able to, start a program today and then come back up tomorrow and be on camera and be like, look at me now. Look what I did. Okay. That's not the reality of things. Okay. And to be honest with you, I thought about that in the beginning about launching this. Like, can I launch this? I've only lost X amount of pounds. It's not about the pounds. Okay. This is about feeling better. Okay. This is about, as a woman, empowering yourself, not just physically, but mentally. Okay. A lot of us are overweight. A lot of us, because a lot of us are overweight because of sexual abuse as children, verbal abuse as children, people telling us that we were fat when we weren't fat, society telling us we don't fit into the social norms of what we should look like. Thank you for that. Thank you for the heart. And it gets in your head, right? And women, we tend to compete with each other. I don't know depression. Thank you, Connie. That's me too. That's a huge one, right? Depression. And so we don't talk about that shit as women, right? And especially as we get older, we silently get into menopause and we suffer silently. And that's not what we're doing anymore. So this is more, I talk about 6 steps and joining Chubby Girl Challenge. This is so much bigger than that. This is a movement of women over the age of 40 who are fucking tired of living like this, right? It is always on your mind. You wake up thinking about it, everything you do. And so like I was telling my daughters today as we drove in the car on our coffee ride, I call them crazy rides or coffee rides. I was explaining to my daughters, I'm building a legacy for you. This isn't just for you. This is for all these women. So if you're over the age of 40 and you have a daughter, if you have a granddaughter, if you have a niece, if you have a best friend, if you know someone who's under the age of 40, they're going to go through menopause too. They're going to go through this too. They're going to struggle too. And as a parent, as a mother, as an aunt, as a friend, as a supporter, the one thing we try to do is protect our children from the shit that we went through. Can I get a witness? Okay. Can I get a witness in the room? Can I get a heart, a yes, a hell yeah, hands in the air? Do you not agree with me that we tried to break the generational curses that our parents put on us, right? Our parents sat us down at the table and went and made our plate and then said, sit there and fucking finish this plate. I didn't pick that, Mom. I don't want that food. I didn't want to eat that whole plate of food. I have a stomach ache. No, you don't. You're a child. Eat it. Right? So this is how we were raised. And then you wonder why we have a fucked up relationship with food. So there is a psychological part of all this. And that's where I wanted to talk about tonight, because my psychological part about this, right? Oh, thank you, Deanna, especially Italian grandmothers. I mean, I remember being up over 300 pounds in 8th grade and my grandma being like, you didn't eat enough. You didn't eat enough, Melissa. Like, I'm the fattest person here. Like, what do you mean I didn't eat enough? Like, and it would make me feel bad or shame me or be like, I saved this for you. Okay. Cause they knew I loved food. Food is my love language. People have love languages. It's mine. But let's touch on the mental health part of this. So those of you who don't know, I will share tonight. I'm not going to really get a lot into it, but I will get into it. So 25 years ago, on May 12th, I gave birth to my 4th daughter. I was living in a women's shelter. Hey, Susan. I was living in a women's shelter. I was leaving a domestic violence relationship. I've been very scared to share this story because he's on social media. So, and I block him repeatedly, but he is the father of all of my children. He is the motherfucker who had the audacity to make a comment the day my daughter died. And I'll get into that in a second. I'll tell you about him. But anyway, so I was sexually assaulted when I got pregnant for her. And I lived in Kentucky. And I called the police, and the police came to the house. And the police looked at me and said, he's your husband. It's his. And I was like, what? It's his. Now, mind you, let's go back. This is 25 years ago. I'm married to a black man and I'm in the middle of Kentucky, and it is what it was, and it will be what it was. So I contemplated on not having my daughter. I'm gonna be very, very transparent, because I was a single mother. Kiki was only 7 weeks old, and Caitlin was 3.5, and Krista was 4.5. And I was by myself in the middle of Kentucky with a man who was beating the shit out of me, like literally physically assaulting me, and had left me for another woman, broke into my house and sexually assaulted me. Okay. So that's how I got pregnant for my daughter. So I carry a lot of guilt with my daughter. And if you are a parent who has ever buried a child, if you are a mother, if you've had a stillborn child, if you have had a baby born and pass away, if you have had a child pass away, it is not normal. Okay, I'm just going to say this to you. If you've never been through this, you are lucky. As a woman, you are lucky. That is a trauma bond that I wish I did not share with women across America. If you do have that trauma bond and you're comfortable sharing it, you can throw a heart in the room. Okay. Exactly, Connie. Exactly. Like, it's not normal to bury our children. Okay. And I don't care if your child is not born yet. I don't care if your child is here. I don't care if your child is 29 years old. It is not normal to bury our children. It's just not how it's supposed to be. Right. And so this year was the 25-year, would have been her 25th birthday. And so May 12th, she was born. And I had Carly. I'll show you a picture of her. This is Carly. That's me in the hospital with her. That was the first time I ever held her. You can see she was a full-term, really cute, big baby. And I was a mother with 3 children living in a women's shelter. And so they offered to let her stay at the hospital because she was jaundiced, versus me having to bring her back and forth to the hospital. And on the 8th day, we were getting ready to permanently take her home. She started acting strange that day. I took her to the hospital. The hospital sent her home and said I was an overreacting mother. I explained to them that I had 3 other children. They told me I was just exhausted and I needed rest, and that she just was tired. And that's normal for children to go through, growth spurts or where they sleep a lot, which it wasn't feeling right to me, but whatever. And it ended up, she had something called DIC. And I'm going to say it wrong for nurses and doctors. It's dis and something, coagulated something. And it's when your body first turns to clots, your blood does, and then you bleed out. So she bled to death. She bled out of all her internal organs in her body. And normally when a child gets DIC, it's not reversible unless it's caught soon enough. So it was bad. And this is why I think I was so triggered this year. So I was by myself. My mom and dad drove up I'm going to try not to cry. My mom and dad drove up. I was in Marquette, Michigan. My mom and dad drove up from Iron Mountain, which is an hour and 20-minute drive. And my dad made it in like 35 minutes. And they called me. I had just left group with my sister. I was in a domestic violence group trying to deal with the fact that I was going to be a single mother with 4 children, and got to the hospital and they told me that she wasn't going to make it. Well, I had to make a life decision for her. Her stomach was distended. She was bleeding internally. I tried to call my ex-husband. The doctor tried to call my ex-husband, and his response was, if I bothered him again, that he was going to charge me with harassment because I had lied about him sexually assaulting me. So, thank you for the roses. So anyway, he refused to help me make the decision. And after about 30 minutes and reading a lot of reports and stuff, and I knew she was brain dead at that point, I went ahead and made the decision to take her off of life support. But what I did not know is in the process, they were recording this. So they are recording her having her last rites. They recorded her, passing away. So, anyway, long story short, they put it on a VHS tape. And about 15 years ago, 10 years ago, I was seeing a doctor. I was talking to a friend of mine who's a psychiatrist, and he was like, you can't watch that tape. And I was like, what? I used to watch the tape like at least like every night. And he would be like, you can't keep watching that tape. And I was like, what do you mean? And he said, you're recreating your trauma. He said, imagine like someone being in a war, and you're in a war, fighting in a war, and you're watching the videotape of the war over and over and over again. You are recreating your trauma. You're never going to move past it. So I took the tape that night and I put it away in her box. And I said, okay, I'm not going to look at it anymore. I acknowledge her. She's everything in my life, but she's not here. It is what it is. So let's go forward. Last year, we had our dog. Our dog is Cooper. We had Cooper for 14 years, and Cooper died the day after Carly died. So like, it was like, May has never been a good month for us. Okay. May is not my month. I'm just going to keep it real. Like, I don't know if you believe in that stuff or not, but it just is what it is. I'll give you another example. So not only did my daughter die in May, so Krista, those of you who know my oldest daughter, Krista, her birthday is the day after Carly's. So Carly was born on May 12th. Krista is May 13th. And Krista was 10 years old, and they decided, well, we need to get her tonsils taken out. I was like, okay. Hey, Kimmy, need to get her tonsils taken out. So I was like, okay, cool. So they said the only day we have available is May 20th. And that was the day that Carly died. And so I sat there for a couple minutes and I was like, I'm not superstitious. Hey, Allison, I can do this, you know? So what if my daughter died 10 years ago? What's that got to do with like now, right? Like, hi, Nana. Like, I've got to like put my big girl pants on. My daughter needs to get her tonsils out. No big deal, right? Here's another Mel story for you. And if I need to get Krista up here so Krista can tell you this really happened. So we schedule Krista's appointment to get her tonsils out. We get down to urgent care. We walk into urgent care. The doctor comes in. He looks at me and he's like, why you look like you're going to cry? And I said, because today is the 10-year anniversary that my daughter passed away. And I thought that I could do this. No, Krista was 12. Well, anyway, whatever. I said, I thought I could do this, but I'm starting to get scared. And this doctor turns and he looks at me and he says, Melissa, I said, sir, he said, I've done probably 200 tonsillectomies. 2,000, 10,000. He said, I've been doing this for 12 years or 15 years. He said, tonsillectomies are nothing. I'm going to go in, pull out her tonsil. We'll be out in an hour. She'll be home this afternoon eating ice cream. I was like, fuck it. You know what? You're right. I cannot spend the rest of my life thinking that May is going to be a bad month. Watch how this goes. So I'm like, all right, cool. So I go sit down in the lobby. I call my mom. I'm crying. My mom's like, are you okay? I'm like, not really. But you know what? This is part of getting over my child dying, right? Like, I have to live my life and move on. Just because it's May doesn't mean anything. So I'm like, all right, I'm good. And now we're 2 hours into surgery. I'm trying not to panic. I've now called the guy I'm seeing at the time, because I wasn't with my husband at the time. And I'm seeing this guy, and I called him. I was like, hey, you want to come down to the hospital and sit with me? Like, I'm just feeling... He's like, isn't it just like a routine surgery? I said, yeah, it's just a tonsillectomy, but she's been back there for 3 hours. And he's like, nah, it's probably no big deal. So try not to be that person, because, I know that drives nurses crazy. So about now we're 4 hours into it. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to go find out what's going on. Because now it's 11 o'clock in the morning, and the urgent care waiting area is it's empty, and everybody's leaving. So I'm like, okay, what the fuck is going on here? All right, no big deal. So I walk up, I say, hey, I'm here inquiring about Krista. Last name, because I'm not supposed to say that in public. And they're like, Yep, she's here for a tonsillectomy. Well, hey, Sarah. Well, they said it was going to be like an hour, and that was like 5 hours ago. Can you just go make sure everything's okay? And all of a sudden she looks at something on the computer and you can tell, when someone's trying to like not say anything, she gets this look on her face. And I'm like, okay, fuck's she talking about? Like, all right. So doctor walks out. 6 hours now. I've been sitting out there. So 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So I'm like, okay, there's no one left in the lobby except for me and 2 other ladies. And I'm like flipping the fuck out now at this point. Doctor works out. Can I speak to you? I said, sure. Now, he doesn't look like the same doctor who walked out there and is like the whole doctor who comes out there and has got the whole like, thing, like look on his face. He's not this confident. I've done 10,000. I've been doing tonsillectomies for 15 years. I don't have the same doctor standing in front of me. I have a doctor who is pale, a doctor who looks like he just went through a fucking war. And I'm like, what's going on? And he's like, can I talk to you back in the room? I said, no, I want to know right now what's going on. And as I say this, over my shoulder, I can see a helicopter getting ready to land and emergency vehicles coming to the location. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? He's like, listen, Melissa, something happened with surgery. I said, what the fuck are you talking about? You just told me that you've done 20,000 of these and nothing has ever happened. He says, like, listen, Melissa, I'm really sorry. I said, what the fuck do you mean you're sorry? Like, what are you fucking saying to me? He said, went in her tonsils to take her tonsils out. Her adenoids were really, really big. I said, okay, we already knew that, right? We already knew that. All right. So what are you talking about? When I was taking out her tonsils from her having strep throat so many times, she had scar tissue in her neck. I said, okay, I hit the scar tissue. Okay, what does that mean? You hit the scar tissue. She bled out on the table. Now, those of you who are doctors and nurses or know medical, you know what the fuck I'm talking about right now. I don't even know what's going on. I'm like, what do you mean she bled out? He's like, that plane is coming. They're here to get her. We're rushing her to ICU over at the hospital. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? This is a fucking routine tonsillectomy. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? He's like, I hit the artery in her neck. When we took out the tonsil, there was scar tissue attached to it. And when it came out, it ripped a hole in the artery in her neck and she was bleeding to death. I lost my fucking shit. I'm like, this is not happening. 10 years to the day I lost my daughter, Carly. Now I'm sitting here and you're telling me in a routine appointment, because I wasn't trying to be suspicious. I wasn't trying to be, anything like that. I was trying to be like legitimate, you know what I mean? And fucking here's my kid now back fucking dying in a fucking room. So I'm flipping the fuck out. I call my mom hysterically. The girls are at school. I'm thinking I'm just going to go. Krista's going to get her tonsils out. We're coming home at 1 o'clock. Kids get out of school at 3. We're good. So now I've got to figure out how I'm going to go get my other 2 daughters, and my daughter is being rushed into ICU. So I get over to ICU. I'm hysterical. She's intubated. She is literally like, they've got her, sedated. So she is not reacting because the next 24 hours are touch and go. We don't know if she's going to live. We don't know how much blood she lost or how much went down in her throat. And I'm like, what the fuck is happening here? So for the next 3 days, we did this. I'm praying, I'm begging God, like I've got people, blah, blah, blah. And we're trying. And I went up and I got the girls and I was hysterical. I said, your sister is in the hospital and I don't know if she's going to make it. Now, can you imagine? Kiki's like 5 years old or no, she's older than that now. Kiki's like 6. Caitlin's like 7. And your mom's sitting here telling you that your sister is dying in the hospital on the day that your sister died. So this is why May is not a good month for me. This is why May is not my month. So anyway, long story short, a week later, she ended up recovering and moving over to the NIC unit. And then she ended up, or the whatever, the pediatric unit. And then she was discharged from the hospital 10 days later. So May is not my month. I already have like May trauma, PTSD for May. Again, never planning to start this chubby girl challenge thing. I'm a normal person. So it's like, I did not think like this was going to affect me like this year. But anyway, I don't know if it was the combination of Cooper dying last year and it being like all these anniversary dates together or what it was, but something sent me down the spiral case is what I call it, very quickly, of depression. And that is why I haven't been on here. That is why I have not been messaging people, responding back to people. If you have never done social media, you do not get what the fuck happens on this side. Like, you do not understand. People think, oh, she just made a video, or people think like she just, whatever. This has become my life and my existence. And so I'm not making an excuse. I love doing this. I love helping people. But May is my month. Okay. And I'm not trying to be a bitch like that, but like, I'm just saying, like, that is why I have been disconnected. I have been suffering from mental health. That's it. I own that. I don't care if people have an issue with that. People don't think I'm strong. If you don't want to follow me, if you think less of me, but if you buried your child, then you understand. And so anyway, this year I decided I was very strong and decided to take the videotape and convert it to digital. So now I have a digital tape of my daughter passing away. And I contemplated a lot about, like, do I share this, or where do I take this, or how do I honor her on her birthday, or the anniversary of her death? I was completely silent this year. I didn't talk to my mother. I didn't talk to anybody. And again, I'm not trying to say that mean. And I love everybody that reached out to me. But sometimes you have to fucking go down a path alone. Does that make sense? Like, sometimes your path has to be your path. It doesn't matter how many people out there want to support you and love you. Sometimes you have to walk the path alone. Okay. And so I said all that to say this, that mental health, no matter what your mental health is, right? This isn't about me. This is about us as women. Everybody has trauma. There is not a person in this room who doesn't have some kind of life trauma. Okay. For some reason, some of us get picked for more trauma than others. I remember my dad used to say, well, Melissa, if God picked you, then he knows you can handle it. Well, that's great. I don't want to handle it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm good on the handling of items. So, part of all this and is the mental aspect of it. And I don't think that people get that I think people think like this woman just randomly launched the Chubby Girl Challenge. And no. So 21-day challenge comes from, it takes 21 days to change a behavior. Okay. It takes 21 days to change a behavior. So when I launched this, it was the entry. This is the beginning part of this, right? And what's so great about it is we're doing this together. And so I was supposed to do a big announcement. I've been talking about it forever, about the 7th step, because we've been doing 7 steps in the rink. So let me explain a little bit again. If you do not know what the fuck I'm talking about, you're like, what the fuck is this woman talking about? So I have a group. You are welcome to join. It is completely free. If you are not a part of the group, if you are over the age of 40, if you're 30 in menopause, I don't care. The thing is, you got to be a woman. And I'm not saying that in a sexist way, in a way that I don't know how this would affect men. I know there's a lot of men that are doing it and they are shrinking also. Okay. Thank you for that, Kim. If you do tap the screen, the hearts is that, I appreciate that tremendously. They actually compete against each other. We compete for, I don't know. It's a thing. So anyway, as I was saying, this whole thing that we're doing is a lifestyle change, and you don't even realize you're making the changes. That's the point. So Men are in menopause all the time. Absolutely. So the way that starts out is you start the 21 days, right? This is the thought process. And you come into the Chubby Girl Challenge. Again, the link is in my bio. And you start the lifestyle change. People are like, Mel, there's no guidelines. There's just 6 steps, now 7 steps. Like, how much am I supposed to take? What am I supposed to do? That's the beautiful part about this. As a woman, you've been told your entire life what you have to do, what you're supposed to do, and what's supposed to happen. Let me tell you a little secret. Nobody knows you better than yourself. So these are guidelines for your lifestyle. I can't tell you how to live your life. You are not me and I am not you. You are not Wanda. You are not Barbara. You are not Sarah. You are not Susan. You are not Chris. You are not Mel. So you have to find out what works for you. What I can 100% tell you is all these 6/7 steps that you use are going to work. Okay. When I tell you, but you have to do the 6 together, or I don't know if it's going to work. Okay. So the women that you see as you join the group, there is a post I put in there today where women are putting their progress. There's no one in there that's been in there over 3 months. The progress is crazy. You will see women that lost 20 pounds, but it's not your average 20 pounds. I've said this before, and I'm going to say this again. You can get in your car right now and put gas in it, and you can use the cheap shit and your car is going to run, right? Do we all agree on that? Can I get a witness? We all agree on that. If you put gas in your car, it's going to run, right? But if you put premium gas in your car is going to run better. Correct or incorrect? Correct. Okay. So what we are doing is we are putting protein in our body. We are focusing on high protein. Why, Mel? Let me tell you the why behind the what. I'm going to break it down for y'all really quickly here. Why we do the things we do. Number 1, we do the Me 360 app. We do not weigh ourselves. We do not weigh ourselves. We are not going to fucking have our happiness based upon a scale. Those days are over. This is not 1982, my friend. Fuck the scale. All right. So we said that part. So you're going to scan your body. If you feel like you have to do something, you can scan every 2 weeks. But your scan is going to be your best friend because, again, you are using premium gas in your body. You are not using the fucking cheap ass gas anymore. Okay. So what does that mean, Mel? Let me give you an example. Instead of when you drink your coffee in the morning, instead of putting coffee creamer in here, coffee creamer, let's talk about it. Coffee creamer is trash. I don't care what kind of coffee creamer you're using. It's got corn syrup. It's got homogenized. It's got whatever. There's nothing good. That's the cheap gas. Yes, you're getting your coffee for caffeine, but you're putting cheap bullshit in there. Okay. What we're doing is we are putting premium gas in our tank. We are adding our protein shake instead of adding cream or milk or sugar or any of those things. And then we are adding like a skinny syrup flavor in there. And that's what we're having. So we are putting premium gas in our tank. All right. So that's the Me 360 app. We're doing that because we're not focused on the scale anymore. There's your mental part of this. Okay. Now, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to do a fast. Okay. Why is a fast so important? Because you are over the age of 40. You need to give your insulin, your blood sugar, and your body a fucking break. Okay. There is no animal or creature or any like mammal out there who eats 24/7. It is not healthy. Okay. It is not a thing, right? And when we were younger, think about it for a second. When we were younger, you would eat dinner, you would have a snack at 7, 8 o'clock, and you would go to bed and you wouldn't eat again till you woke up at 7 o'clock. That is fasting. Not even realizing you're doing fasting, but you are fasting. Fasting sucks in the beginning. Okay. Here's my honesty. Fasting is fucking trash in the beginning because you are purging all that stuff out of your body. Your body is used to eating when it's bored, eating because you think you have to, eating because you want to, eating because, whatever reason you're eating. You have to sit in that state of denial. It is okay. Okay. Think of it like this. I agree with you, Sunshine. Fasting is one of the easiest parts for me. And Suzanne, right. Mental clarity and no more brain fog when you fast. Yes, yes, and yes. So you got to go through a couple days of bullshit to get to the glory. That's why it's so hard. Like that's why, but let me tell you a secret. And I promise you when I say this to you, once you get through the fasting period, you don't have cravings anymore. Like I'm not fucking full of shit, y'all. If you do this, like I'm telling you to do this, if you do this, the steps that I'm telling you to do are literally going to change everything about you, right? Thank you for that. Because here's the fucking thing. I don't get up anymore and crave chips. I don't sit there and go like, I need to go to Dunkin' Donuts. Like I want, and it's really that, you know, I don't have those cravings anymore. What I do crave is I wake up sometimes in the morning like, oh my God, I want to eat a whole fucking chicken. Oh my gosh, where is some protein? Like I literally crave protein. Sometimes I think I'm a bat now or something. So we are going to fast. So fasting is really important. Again, you got to go through a couple of days of bullshit to get through the glory. But I promise you, I can't say this enough. I promise you, if you put yourself through a week of fasting, and progress yourself. The other part about fasting that I have found that I need to share, this is new. I've been telling people this as we go. Do not do the same fast. Do not do the same fast. I cannot say this enough. I'm yelling this. Hey, people in the back, excuse me. You back there that have been doing a 16-8 fast for fucking 3 years, sugar, your body figured it out. You need to simmer down. Okay? Like seriously, you cannot do the same thing because your metabolism will catch up with you. Okay? The other thing is you need to have a high carb day. What does bitch say? I'm telling you, I'm giving you secrets that are going to make you happy. You will love me if you listen to me. Okay? And you will love me if you listen to the things that I am sharing with you, right? So we are going to go ahead and 1 day or 2 days a month, you want a carb cycle, okay? So you want to have a day where you eat fucking some random, go get a fucking donut. I don't fucking know. Go get something you've been wanting and that have not had. Get a piece of cake. I don't give a fuck. Go get a pie. Go get something that you've been wanting. That is part of life, right? That is part of life. And so in your fast, you want to shake up your fast. So if you feel like right now, I can only do a 12-12 fast, fuck it, do it. If you feel like you gung-ho, do a 20-hour, 4-hour eat fast. Do your thing. Whatever makes you happy and what's going on in your lifestyle at the time, right? Sometimes we fast a little harder. Sometimes we're going on vacation and we say, fuck it. You know what I mean? But that's the whole point, is about finding a balance. So we're going to fast. That's number 2, right? So we've already done the why behind the what on the Me 360. We talked about fasting. Now, what are you going to eat? How are you going to break your fast? We're going to focus on protein. Okay. Study after study after study after study. Again, if you think I'm full of shit, do the research. I have. Women over the age of 40, every year you get older. Every year you get older, you need more protein. This is why you see these little old ladies not able to stand up and move, sitting in chairs, thank you for the roses, because they don't have any lean muscle. They don't have any of that. What they did is they were chubby their whole entire lives. They did not take care of themselves. And this is why in June, we're about to have the first ever. Well, I'll tell you about that in a second when I get to movement. That's a secret. But anyway, we're going to focus on protein. You need more protein. Whoever lied to you and told you don't eat protein when you're younger, you will bulk up, they're a fucking liar. You need 100 grams of protein a day or more. 100 grams of protein is not shit. I do not want you here. I will not accept. Mel, I can't do bullshit. Mel, I can't get bullshit. Mel, 100 grams, bullshit. I call bullshit. These are called the function of excuses. Let me educate you really quick. There's a lady out there who wrote a book, and her name is Miss, M-Y-S-S. And she wrote a book about the misconceptions and the lies that we tell ourselves, okay? It's myths, okay? These are things that we believe or we convince ourselves to be true to justify the behavior, Okay. Well, I'm not here to justify your behavior. That's why I was an effective substance abuse counselor. I'm the bitch you love to hate. I'm the best friend who's going to look at you and be like, I thought that we were like, already had our cheat meal. And I expect you to hold me accountable too, right? So I do not want to hear I can't do 100 grams of protein. You are full of shit. Okay, that's it. You're full of shit. That's just how it goes. And if you don't like hearing that, I'm sorry. Go down there and join Weight Watchers or Tops or the room where that lady wants to sell you this for $99 a day. Go join their MLM. This is not the fucking place for you. Okay, this is the place where reality hits the pavement. Okay, the reality is you need to be doing 100 grams of protein a day or more. Okay, but for the first 21 days to change the behavior, we're saying 100 grams of protein. There we go. All right. We are breaking our fast in the morning with a high protein meal. Mel, I don't like coffee. Okay. So then go get yourself 3 pieces of low carb, and we're not doing low carb. Listen to what I'm saying. We can still be mindful. Let me say this really loud. You can still be mindful of your carbs and your calories. You can still be mindful of your calories and carbs. We're not counting them, but you can be mindful of them. Okay. So here is what you're going to do. Like in the morning, for example, get you some English muffins. I did a whole video on this. It's fucking phenomenal. Take yourself a protein shake, half of a protein shake, and 2 eggs. Put them into a fucking cup. Add you some skinny syrup. Wait till y'all see the flavors of skinny syrup I found the skinny syrup. I made a video about that too. And then you're going to add that in there, right? You're going to mix it up. And then you're going to break your fucking English muffins up and drop them in there and let them sit overnight, like overnight oats. I don't fucking like overnight oats because I'm a texture thing. And those of you who are women, you probably know why I don't like the oatmeal texture. Okay, do I need to say anything else? All right, like, do I? Okay, the texture, that thick. Sorry. No. So gross. So gross. So I'll talk about skinny syrups in a second. Skinny syrup, let me go really quickly into skinny syrup. You can buy them at Home Goods, TJ Maxx. They've got them at, where's that store? We were there yesterday. Not the other store that we went to. They've got them at Ross, any of those type of stores. But yesterday I found this store. It used to be called Burke's, and now that's it. Kimmy just said it. Y'all call it, is it called Bial's or Bees? I don't fucking know what it's called, but when I walked in there, I made a video of it. There's like fucking 900 bottles of it there. But if you don't want to wait, you can go to skinnygirlsyrup.com. And if you put in Mel 10, you'll get 10% off, and it's free shipping right now for this weekend. And you can pick your flavors. So I'll take you and show you flavors in a second. So protein. You can get protein. In the morning, there's a million recipes. I've got a million recipes. I can get you started in the morning with 50 grams of protein like that, and it does not taste like dick. It does not. I'm not asking you to buy Herbalife. Oop, I said it. I'm not asking you to buy Thrive. I'm not asking you to eat something that tastes like shit. That's what's so important here. That I can't stress that enough. If you're watching this video for the first time, this isn't about someone saying, hey, eat this sawdust thing that tastes like dick and force yourself to drink this and you might lose weight and then only eat 1,000 calories a day. No, I want you to eat all motherfucking day. I want you to eat till you can't eat no more. And I want you to eat protein. And you're going to be like, this bitch is fucking crazy. I can't eat this much motherfucking food. But that's the point. This goes against everything you were told to do. And I say this all the time, and I'm going to continue to say this. The true sign of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different outcome. If you look in the mirror right now and you're like, I've been losing the same 40 pounds for fucking 15, 20 years. That's because you've been doing the same thing, my love. You've been buying into the bullshit. You've been seeing, Bill down the road, who's the snake oil salesman, who's like, hey, there's this new product out right here. If you take this every single morning and you chew on this, even though it makes you feel like you're going to vomit, you'll lose some weight. You know what I mean? And then you lose like a couple pounds and then you can't do it and you can't keep doing it because these taste like dick and you can't do this. Yeah. Skinny syrup even sends to, Canada. And the link is in my bio. If you want the skinny syrup, the link is in my bio. If anybody in here has the link, throw it in the room. Don't buy into the bullshit anymore. You don't have to buy fucking products. That's what I'm telling y'all. That's what I don't think people realize. You are going to have to get a couple of things, but that's it. But those are things that you can buy at the store. So 100 grams of protein a day or more. Then what are we going to focus on, Mel? We're focusing on water. Okay, this is water. Oh, this is my new cup that my daughter made. These are going to get ready to be on the website in June. I'm going to have customized either the Stanley cups or the big knockoff cups. I like the knockoff cup better. But we're going to drink 100 ounces of water a day or more. When people, don't look at this zit right here, but when people are like, Mel, your skin looks pretty good for 52, you're damn right, because I'm hydrated. Hydrate. And if you get one of these big cups, they're 40 ounces, you drink 2 of these in a day and you're Gucci, okay? So you're going to drink water. So look at, we've already addressed all these things. Look at, what are we doing so far? We're going to measure our body, fuck the scale. We're going to, do a fast of your choice. We're going to focus on protein. Boop. These are all really easy things. We're going to drink some fucking water. Well, that's not fucking science, Mel. No shit. And then, hi, Laura. And then guess what we're going to do? We're going to move our bodies. What? You know all those fucking people who tell you can lose weight without moving? Well, they fucking lied to you. Let me tell you a little secret. If you do not use it now, if you do not move it now, you will lose it later. And I am not joking about that. If you at 75 years old do not want to be walking and you want to be in one of those motorized chairs, you keep doing what you're doing, sister. If you want to continue to lose lean body mass and be that little woman who's bent over like this in the nursing home who can barely stand up because her back's like this, keep doing what you're doing, my friend. But if you want to live your best life, if the last quarter of your life, right? Let's just say it, let's do it in quarters. Let's just say 1 through 25 was the first quarters of your life. Then you've got the mid quarter that's, 25 to 50. And now we're over the age of 50, over the age of 40. And guess what? Our fucking lives have been always about other people. Let's talk about this right now. Our lives have been focused on other people. Up to 25, it was making your parents happy, your spouse happy, establishing a family, a career. Now you go to 25 to 50 and you're raising your children, you're raising your nieces and nephews, you've got your fur pets, you got your career, you're building a relationship, you're getting financially stable, you're doing all this stuff. And now you're 50 or over the age of 40. Guess what? My love, it's now about you. It's now about your life. It's now about your kids are raised. They're adults, right? You got grandbabies. It's about you now. Okay. So how do you live your best life? There's no one else for you to focus on anymore. Think about that for a second. There is no one else for you to focus on anymore other than you. So now it's time. So when women say to me, hey, Mel, I know you got that group, The Rank, but paying $10 a month is a lot of money. Are you fucking kidding me? Do you know how many times you've got in your car and went and spent money, $10 on food? Do you know how many times you have given someone thousands of dollars for a product like this that does not work? When I'm telling you come pay $10 and join The Rank, again, it's up in the thing. You come join The Rank. It's only 250 people are going to be in that room. There will never ever be more than 250 people in that room. And we are a group of women, and you can either do a $10 subscription, or if you want to be an HBIC, head bitch in charge, it's $40 a month. And that gets you like additional support and chat rooms and a private room, and you can come in there and join that. But the Chubby Girl Challenge is completely free. Everything I'm giving you is completely free. People are always like, what the fuck is the catch? There is no fucking catch. The catch is I'm a fucking real woman just like you, and I'm fucking sick of being lied to just like you. I'm sick of motherfuckers. The one thing that really kind of sent me into my depression spiral the last 2 weeks is all these TikTok people who are fucking already famous, who are now jumping on the things that I brought forward. It's so fucking frustrating. Like, I feel like I should have patented this or something. Like, those of you who watch T-Talk, have you ever seen him? I love the jolly guy, the T-Talker. He's like, it's T-Talk time. And he's like, and he does this tea and he's like, hold the fuck on. And then he's like, let me tell you the tea. And then they video record someone and they're like, he's cheating on his wife and blah, blah, blah. Well, he's doing intermittent fasting right now. I've got all these people who are doing the exact same thing, but I'm not famous enough. So people don't know I'm the one who told them about it. But it's okay. It is okay. Because my thing is, as long as people are doing it, okay? That's all. As long as people are doing it, that's all I give a fuck about. So movement, you've got to move your body, okay? That's a lie. If anyone's told you, if you've been on a diet plan, a program, that you can lose weight without moving your body, you can. But also, if you go in, okay, this is my challenge. I want you to go and buy either a peach. Who is this Carla Lynn and keeps talking about this YouTube page? Carla, are you a chubby girl challenge person, or why do you keep talking about Petra Genko? Okay, that's great. We're not pushing someone's page. That's one of the things that we do not do in our group. So I'm just calling you out. Love you. Don't, or you're going to be silenced for the rest of the room. Thank you. Appreciate you. All right. So as I was saying, you got to move your body. Hence, let me tell you a little secret really quick. We're going to do the first ever. You guys are like, first ever? This has only been around for 3 months. Okay. I don't know, Chrissy, where the hell have you been, best friend? Where you been, bestie? Because I got 9,000 women who want to support you and love you through this. And that's really what we do, right? And that's, the 6 steps are free. The 7 steps are free. What I'm giving you is free. It's the camaraderie. It's the support. It's this shit. That's the for real shit, right? That we're building this movement of women. And eventually your children that are under the age of 40, they'll go through menopause too. But the difference is we're going to set them up for success. Okay. The difference is the women that are coming up into this, they ain't going to walk into menopause hell like we've been through. They're going to walk into menopause set up for success. Okay. That's what they're going to do. We're going to set them up for success. So you got to move your body. So starting June 1st, we are going to do, don't get too excited yet. I'm going to launch it tomorrow. Hasn't been launched yet. Take a breath. Let me say this first. We are going to start the first ever Chubby Girl Challenge Walkathon. For the month of June, we are going to compete with each other. We are going to walk every single day. We are going to move our bodies. We're going to track our miles. Watch how fun this is. If you've never done something like this, do y'all know what a 50-50 raffle is? Can I get a witness? I need hearts in the room, or a yes, or a crown, or something. If you know what a 50-50 raffle is, a 50-50, tap the room for me, okay? Tap the room if you know what a 50-50 is. I'm going to give a second. 2, 3. Thank you, Dawn Marie. I appreciate you beyond words. A 50-50 raffle is this. You know, back in high school when kids used to walk around with those 2 little things and they'd say, do you want to do a 50-50 raffle? And you'd be like, what? You pay $1, right? You put $1 in the kitty. And then at the end of the night, they draw a ticket or a number and someone wins half of the money. So we're going to do, again, take a breath. Take a breath. If you know what Ko-Fi is, then you've been there on my page. That's where you go for the rink, where they pay their dues. What we're going to do is each woman who wants to do it, either in the rink or the Chubby Girl Challenge, we're going to pay $5 each. And in the month of June, we are going to walk away our pounds. We are going to walk away our success. I'm going to go live at night walking. We're going to walk together. We're going to have a walking section. Yeah, bingo halls sell them too. But what's going to happen here is when you pay your $5, you enter to win the 50-50 raffle. When you do a 5 miles anytime during the month, you get another entrance to win. Okay, so not only, it depends on how many women do this. So we're going to pretend we get 100 women. Okay, if we get 100 women to do this, the person who wins in the drawing is going to win $250. Okay, I'm also going to give away, there's a whole bunch of prizes. I'm going to give away a air fryer. I went out and bought an air fryer because these are all healthy things. I bought someone a case of protein. I bought an entire month, which is $199 value of ZenWise. I put together, it's going to be like, let me show you all the products you're going to get. Digestive enzyme, fat burner, that one, and what's the no bloat? That's the ones we're going to do. So there's going to be 3 people at the end of the month are going to win a ZenWise package, which you get the fat burner gummies, you get the no bloat, you get the travel, and you get the digestive enzyme. All of that's going to be another prize. So keep your eyes out. There's going to be an announcement tomorrow, and you'll be able to start joining tomorrow, and we're going to launch it on June 1st. So the big prize is going to be based upon however many women join, okay? And that will be paid out in cash. Then the top 10 women whose names get drawn are going to win a t-shirt that said, "I survived the Chubby Girl Challenge Walkathon." So you're going to get a t-shirt from me that says that. And we're going to, for July 5th. So July 5th, you're like, July 5th, right. After the month of June, July 5th, we are going to have the day after 4th of July. I'm going to have this whole big thing, and we're going to announce the winners. And July 5th, hold the fort. We've been talking about this up in the rink, so y'all already know about this. And then I'm going to get into the other 2 things that you need to be doing. We are going to... so excited to talk about this. Okay. We are having our first ever Chubby Girl Challenge retreat. I'll let that soak in for a second. I am going to have a women's retreat in Asheville, North Carolina. And we are going to have a 2-night, 3-day Chubby Girl Challenge rink extravaganza. It's going to be a retreat for women. There is only going to be 30 spots available, and we are going to do a weekend up in the mountains of Asheville. Just so you know, it is going to be offered to the women in the rink first. So if you are in the rink, you will get first dibs on going, and then it will go down to Chubby Girl Challenge. So that is starting. We're going to announce that in July. In July, you'll have locations. I'm going to do 3 of them this year. There's going to be one in Asheville, North Carolina. There's going to be one down in Myrtle Beach. The one down in Myrtle Beach is going to be later in the winter. And that one's going to be like more like of a spring, first of the year kind of thing that we're going to do. And that one's going to be 50 women because I'm going to have a beach house. So what's going to happen is we're going to have a retreat. I'm going to have a private chef come in. We will have in the morning, we will have Profi, Kiki, her girlfriend, and my oldest daughter are actually going to be cooking throughout the day. And we're going to go ahead and, we're going to have a whole retreat. We're going to have people come in and speakers, and I'm going to have guest speakers. And then those nights, we're going to have activities planned. So like for the Asheville location, we are going to go into Asheville for a couple nights. We're going to go to a wine testing. It's going to be a whole event. So it's going to be an all-inclusive weekend. And it's going to be our first Chubby Girl Challenge weekend getaway. And as this progresses and we move on as a group, I'm going to offer more things like this. I'm going to actually plan towards the end of the year to do some traveling. I'm actually looking at buying an RV so me and Fran can travel to different states and do like public speaking or meet with groups of women. So super, super excited about that. But the other 2 steps, so those of you who are just joining, or who are part of the group. So we are doing a scan. We are doing a intermittent fasting. We are doing high protein. We are drinking water. Again, remember, this is all fucking free. This isn't shit, no rocket science yet. We're not counting carbs. We're not counting calories, because if you eat a high protein diet, all of that takes care of itself. For lunch every day, I didn't even get to tell you all the good part. For lunch every day, you eat whatever the fuck you want to. What? Yes, you do. Every day for lunch is a meal of choice. All your other meals and snacks are high protein, but for lunch every day, you eat whatever you want to. And I can go more into that later on. Then what we're going to do, two things, two supplements, right, that we're going to take that are natural to our body and that we need anyway. This is not me selling you anything. What you're going to do is you need to find a digestive enzyme. I don't care what digestive enzyme you use. Some people use Spring Valley. Some people use, I think it's called Wholeness Wellness. Some people, there's tons of different digestive enzymes out there. And I'm going to own this one. In the beginning, I was doing this wrong. Not even fucking lie to y'all. I was literally taking mine in the morning and not before every meal. And that's because I thought it was going to work better and not make me get sick. Then I went to my doctor, and my doctor was like, if you're getting sick, then something's not right with your gut, because this is supposed to make you normal. Okay? This is supposed to make you normal. So if you don't have a gallbladder, or if you don't have, you eat like a high protein, or you eat food, right, that you need to get broke down, you take one before your meal. This is what they call a fast acting digestive enzyme. It supports digestion, it aids in immunity, and it is clinically proven. So digestive enzyme. Again, if you want to take this one, I love this one. I promise you, my girls are on it. I take it. It's in the link in my bio. If you put the link in there on the link tree and you put in Mel Zen 10, you'll get 10% off. You have to put the code in every time you use it. Amazon will not let you put it on every month shipping. But what you can do, here's a little Amazon trick that you can do, is if you put it on monthly subscription, you'll get the 10% off for using Mel Zen 10, and then you'll also get the shipping percentage off. So you get like 25% off. Then you can cancel it. And then, you take it before you eat. You take this before you eat. Absolutely. You take your digestive enzyme before you eat. And if you do research, digestive enzymes are recommended for everybody because of the kind of food we eat, because we eat such high processed food. And then last but not least, the other thing that we are doing, there's number 7. I haven't told you that yet, but give me a second. The other thing that we are doing, and you will see this everywhere right now. This is the move. This is the medical community has fucked with us long enough. Magnesium glycinate. Why, Mel? Why is this so important? Let me tell you a little secret about this. If you have high blood pressure, if you're in menopause, if you are not sleeping through the night, if you are not feeling good overall, if you have a heart condition, whatever it is, magnesium is the move, okay? If you're in pain management, one of the things that they do when you're in pain, an anesthesiologist will push magnesium during surgery. Magnesium will make you feel better. It will relax your muscles. We take this 30 minutes before we go to bed at night, and you will sleep the best. Like, if you are not sleeping when you take this, it's also great for brain health too. It works with over 300. It works with them. So it's like, this works with the enzymes in your body, over 300 enzymes. So for example, magnesium works with over 30 heart enzymes. So it's like, think about cooking dinner, okay? And when you cook dinner, when you get done cooking, thank you again for the, and I saw you say you're going to bed. Thank you. Have a good night and get you some rest. Love you, best friend. What you're going to do is this, for example, thank you, Nancy. What you're going to do is, if you imagine cooking dinner and you have pepper, but you don't have salt, right? Night, Sarah. Love you. What you're going to do is, it's going to taste okay, but it's going to taste better with the salt. So to maximize your heart enzymes and these 300 enzymes in your body, the magnesium helps them work better. So that's my, I'm not a doctor or nurse term, but like that's what this does. It helps, right? It helps. Magnesium, you are so correct. You are so correct. If you are in menopause, this helps with anxiety. This helps with stress. This helps with, I can't tell you, this is the move right here. And then the other thing that we started last month, which is the seventh thing that is not, it's more of an optional thing. Okay. We just started this last month, but we are using my rink women that are in here can tell you what the seventh step is. I know they've been dying to say it. What is the seventh step that we have been doing in the rink for the last month? See, the people in the rink get everything a month early versus everybody else. Fiber. There we go. Thank you, Heather. Fiber. Kelly, fiber. Exactly. Fiber, Nancy. We are using fiber. Tamara, thank you. Candy, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Fiber, fiber, fiber. That is the seventh thing that when I met Susan Coleman, who is a retired doctor, Miss Susan said to me, I love everything about your program, but where is the fiber? And I'm like, well, it's not really a program. It's just the way I'm living my best life, but you're right. And so we added fiber last month and we feel phenomenal. So I'm actually going to share this live to my YouTube tonight when I get done. And I'm going to share it to the Chubby Girl Challenge because those ladies don't know. So if you want to go in right now, you're not going to steal my thunder. I'm about to make a video tonight about it. If you want to wait and share the video. But the seventh step, the seventh wonder of the Chubby Girl Challenge for the Chubettes is fiber. So if you are taking your probiotic and your digestive enzyme and you're not pooping, then you need to be on fiber. Okay. You need to be on fiber. I've been throwing up for 2 days, don't have gallbladder and take probiotics in empty stomach. Can you? I'm not a doctor. I'd say call your doctor. I bought fiber. I've just bought the chewable, literally the chewable. I don't have a fiber that I'm saying right now that I think I will have something by tomorrow. I've got 3 different fibers I've been using and I want to go with the ones. That's it. You're right. KM Damp, whatever your name is. You're right. I eat 2 fruits and a tons of veggies every day. You get your fiber. If you know if you're getting your fiber, if you're not getting your fiber and you're not going to the bathroom at least twice a day, prunes work too. You can do gummies, you can do pills, you can do food, you can do powder. To Susan's point, whatever works best for you. Right? Yes, exactly, Tony. I think everybody's using a different fiber. Some people use chia seeds. Absolutely. Whatever you're using, use it. So fiber is the 7th step. Okay. That's what I've been going to announce forever, but that's it. That's the 7th step that we're doing now. So introduce fiber is also a wonderful, wonderful thing. Those are things you need in your body anyway. And if you're eating a high protein diet, you know, you're not pooping. So, anyway, lots to come for June. Mel's not depressed anymore. Got my shit back together. I do need to go to sleep because I have to go to work soon. Thank y'all for the 83,000 hearts. I was kind of hoping to hit 100. And that's okay. We can do it really quick as we're saying goodnight, right? Because I'm about to do the closing ceremony. Those of you who know, I should probably be like a preacher. I should be a weight loss preacher because I always say at the end of the night, you know, I said all that to say this because I did, but I said all that to say this, that we are human and each and every one of us including myself, is a work of art. Okay. And as we continue to add to our painting, right? Like those beautiful paintings that my daughter made back there, you are going to have days that you don't want to paint. You're going to have days that you don't give a fuck. You're going to have days where you just want to quit. And that is okay. That is okay. It is okay to wake up tomorrow and feel like you need to eat 10 different donuts. It is okay to have a day that you have cravings. You are human. Okay. What is not okay is beating yourself up. What's not okay is shaming yourself. What's not okay is telling yourself you're a failure because you got on the scale and weighed a certain number. It's about how you feel, my friend. It's about, it's enough. We've spent the first 2 quarters of our life worried about everybody else. Okay. That's it. We said that before. Give yourself grace. We are focusing on ourselves now. We are going to live the rest of our life, the best rest of our life, right? I don't care. And I'm not saying that in a mean way. I don't care what happened to you as a child. I don't care who didn't hug you. I don't care who didn't treat you right as a teenager. I don't care who bullied you in high school. I don't care about the guy who broke your heart when you were 24 or the woman who broke your heart when you were 28. You can't fucking change that shit, my friend. Listen to me when I say this to you. You cannot go back there. Back there, you can't go there. It's done. That is not a place that you can ever go. Okay. The only place you can go is there. Okay. The only place you can go is there. And I'm going to show you an analogy really quick. If I could do this better. You see this right here? Because that's behind me. See this? That's my dad. My dad passed away of COVID last year. So did my uncle. Here's my daughter. My daughter's up there in heaven with my dad right now. You see this, how they're behind me? There's nothing I can do about that. There's nothing I can do about my dad being gone. There's nothing I can do about my daughter being gone. But what I can do, it's about what you can do, not about what you can't do. You can love the people that are in your life now. Not only love the people that are in your life, love your fucking self. That's my advice tonight. That's my closing statement. It doesn't matter how many people love you, okay? And I'm living proof of this. When I wasn't feeling okay the last week and a half, 2 weeks, I had hundreds of people reaching out to me, hundreds of people worried about me. But until I could take care of myself, it did not matter how many people were worried about me. And that's not in a mean way. It doesn't matter how many people want what's best for you till you wake up tomorrow and look in the fucking mirror and say, you know what? I'm 42 years old. I'm 52 years old. I'm 63 years old. I'm 71 years old. And fuck it. I deserve this. I deserve to be healthy. I deserve to not be afraid to eat food. I deserve to know what it feels like not to weigh myself every day. I deserve grace. I deserve to live my best life. I deserve to be happy. Okay. And everything back there can fuck off. You see what I'm saying? Like that. Like that. I'm flipping the things off behind me because that's in the past. There ain't shit you can do about back there. All you can do is move forward. And together, you're going to move forward with almost 10,000 women in the Chubby Girl Challenge. You're going to move forward with me as your best friend and every motherfucking woman in this room. Okay. We are here to ride for you. Okay. Again, we are not the kind of women who are stealing your spouse, talking to your ex, talking shit about you, making fun of your weight. We are the kind of women who fix women's crowns and support one another. If you think you're going to come in our room and do differently, bitch, you're gone. You will be put out of the rink. You will be put out of the whole thing so fast. I promise you, we do not do negativity and we do not do women who bash other women. So anyway, I said all that to say this. There is no one better than you. Okay. Everybody has a journey. Everybody has a story and everybody's weight loss is different. Okay. I love each and every one of you for who you are and what you bring to the table of life. Okay. As to Susan's point, we are sisters and we are a part of a movement. Okay. Doesn't matter your religion, your race, your creed, your income, your skin color, your sexual preference. We are fucking women. And together we are going to stand together and we're going to live the best last quarter of our life. All right. Love y'all. Mwah, mwah. Mwah, 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 mwah. Have a wonderful night. Remember, nobody better than you. If you haven't joined, come join us at the Chubby Girl Challenge. How can we join the rink? You can join the rink by going to my link in my bio. There's anybody left in here that's a moderator. Right under my picture, it says Linktree. If you click on that Linktree, everything I talked about tonight is in there, and you can join the rink. If you join the rink, Message me on Facebook and say, Mel, I joined the rink so I can send you the private link. It's that secretive. You can't find the rink unless you have the link. Okay. So we've got 40 spots left at $10. If you want to come in there, it won't let you post the link in here. That's okay. The link is up in my bio right underneath my picture. It says Linktree. And if you click on it, come the fuck on. If you want the free, come join the free. If you're on YouTube, follow me on YouTube. If you're on Instagram, follow me on Instagram. I am a real person just like you. And together, we're going to live our best life. Love you, ladies. Have a wonderful night. Thank you for being my friend. Traveling down the road and back again. My heart is true and my love is confident. That's not the words, but that's how we sing it, right? We've all been in rock bands before. Love you, ladies. Have a great night. Have a great night. See y'all Friday. Love you, ladies.